On his first day as principal, he expelled 300 students. He treated the teachers the same way. Anyone who didn't follow his orders was immediately fired. Despite the entire school community's opposition, Clark stuck to his guns. Yet, it was this ruthless principal who, not long after, managed to earn the support of all the staff and students. The reason Clark was so harsh was that he received a directive from the mayor. He had to improve the school's pass rate within a year. According to the new law, if the mayor wanted to get re-elected, the pass rate had to be at least 75%. But the pass rate at this school was under 30%. The students came from the slums, often carrying guns to school and dealing drugs right at the school gates. The teachers were too scared to manage them, because resisting would get them beaten into the hospital. That's when the mayor thought of Clark. 20 years earlier, Clark had taught at this very school, and his unique teaching methods had brought the school's performance to the top of the state rankings. However, his short temper had alienated many teachers, and eventually, he was kicked out. The mayor, who had been the principal at that time, reluctantly reached out to bring him back. With no better option, the mayor sent the head of the education department to find Clark. Upon hearing the request, Clark initially declined. But the head of the department, knowing Clark's temperament, mocked him, calling him useless and saying his life had been meaningless. Clark, provoked by the insult, agreed to return as principal. When he arrived at the school, he was appalled by the condition of the hallways. The walls were covered in graffiti, much of it violent and pornographic. He immediately called a meeting with all the teachers and made it clear, from now on, his word was law. Anyone who didn't obey would be fired. Then he went to meet the students. He instructed the head of discipline to bring the worst-behaved students to the front. But they didn't care about the new principal at all. Some even threw garbage at him. Clark instantly announced they were all expelled. They laughed at him, thinking he wouldn't dare to expel so many students. But Clark immediately had security escort them out. They started shouting at him as they were dragged away. Minutes later, all the troublemakers were out of the school. The audience burst into applause. But Clark warned the remaining students that if they misbehaved, they'd be expelled as well. He then gave a speech that made them rethink who they really were.
If you do not succeed in life, I don't want you to blame your parents. I want you to blame yourselves. The responsibility is yours.